tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On the field today are two middle linebackers who will need to make plays in the pass and run game. It's the Panthers going up against the Broncos. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Coming up, a rematch of Super Bowl 50 between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Guyton, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Sports Authority Field. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Leading the offense onto the field, the reigning MVP Cam Newton, and he wasn't able to get much done in the Panthers' third preseason game. In fact, they only had 3 points in 10 drives he was out there.
Not what you would expect from him, but I wouldn't panic if I were a Panthers fan, because I think he's put a lot of work in the offseason that is going to be evident when we hit the regular season.
You called his game against Tennessee.
I thought he was sharper in the pocket, better footwork, better accuracy on the short intermediate throws. If he gets to 65%, throwing the ball, they may have to outlaw Cam Newton, and I think he's going to have another big season.
Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. A beautiful fake. It's a gain of 24 that time, and it'll be first down Panthers.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there, but you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Now Newton on first down. And this one brought in by a man who missed all of last year, Kelvin Benjamin. Give him 16 on the pickup, and the Panthers are going to get a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now Stewart on first down, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Throwing on third down, Newton finding time. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Mike Cyphers now in his 14th season on to punt it away. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. So 1 quarter in the books in this Super Bowl 50 rematch. 0-0 our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
On first down, here's Sanchez. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So, Charles, while we have a moment getting late in the preseason, a lot of people point to Week 3 as one to watch. What caught your eye in Week 3?
Well, when I watched San Diego play and saw Melvin Gordon, he looks like the Melvin Gordon we saw coming out of college. Another explosive run. He looks sharp. He looks quick. He looks much more confident and especially healthy after the offseason knee surgery.
Teddy Bridgewater looked pretty good too, didn't he?
And what I liked about him, and I agree with you totally, is the ability to push the ball downfield, because that's what they plan to work on the entire offseason. In fact, that's all we've talked about. Can they get the ball vertically downfield to help out with Adrian Peterson in the backfield? And Teddy Bridgewater's made great strides in that area.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got 4. Set.
Sanchez on first down. He goes underneath for Anderson. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Denver.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Everyone's got 4. Set. Right 18. Right 18. Mike is 59.
On first down, it's Sanchez. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'll Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Benjamin with it over the middle. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets some...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. On 1st and 10, Newton. He's got time in the pocket. Now this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they grabbed the lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
How about snatching things right at the end and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flurrying in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So we've reached halftime in this Super Bowl rematch. Once again, it's the Broncos on top over the Panthers. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Broncos have an edge in time of possession right now. The Panthers look like they'll be in this game for 4 quarters. All right, let's roll those highlights. Now 1st and 10 in double coverage. Newton finds Benjamin. And the pass and catch will end up going for 16 yards. However, they would come away empty-handed on the drive. Broncos lined up at the 20. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Kuechly's in position, and he is the one who comes away with the ball. First and 10, Newton's got the completion from the gun. And that goes as a 55-yard touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. So that'll wrap it up for us here at the EA Sports Studio. We'll head back now to Denver for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The return comes now from Jordan Norwood.
That return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A good pickup there, a 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. In the backfield is Anderson. They go play action here on 1st down. Backing up. Left side here to Sanders. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A shotgun snap for Sanchez. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To the air once more, Sanchez. That's caught, it's Thomas. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Now Sanchez on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll run for it. Anderson. C.J. Anderson, such a bruising back, but he can't get into the end zone here. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And tough starting field position here. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go back to Stewart on first. And he's going to be on it. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Second down, 8.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. And the inaugural carry here for Fonzie Whitaker. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here's Mike Cyphers now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. And Sanders now to return. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll spike it here at 27 seconds.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Back to throw. And able to find Green. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He'll look to throw. That's caught at the 25. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it's a first down for the Broncos. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And he'll stop it with a spike here with 7 seconds left on the clock. They'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Three receivers to the left, one to the right. One last throw for Sanchez. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.